I'm Samuel J. Sneed, and this is the Unburied Podcast for Christian entrepreneurs who are tired of making good money and at the end of the month, feeling like they're broke. I'm not here to chase you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm a lighthouse, and this podcast is the light. Welcome to Unburied. If sitting still feels like a waste of time, that is your impatience talking. And impatience is one of the most dangerous habits a man can carry and still call himself a leader. Most men can build a business, win a contract, solve a problem fast, but ask that same man to sit quietly for 5 minutes and his mind starts racing. He gets restless. He feels like he should be doing something, moving something, fixing something. I know that man. I was that man. There was a season in my life where everything looked busy on the outside, but inside, it was chaos, unreleased anger, resentment, shame from decisions I hadn't owned yet. And when I finally tried to sit still, I couldn't. 3 weeks of trying to sit in silence for 5 minutes without jumping up and doing something productive. And what I discovered was this: stillness didn't feel weak. It felt exposing. Because when the noise stops, you meet yourself. And a lot of men don't like who they meet in that silence. Here's the truth. Speed feels powerful. Noise feels productive. Movement feels masculine. But the man who cannot listen cannot lead. Not his money, not his wife, not his son, not even himself. Because leadership starts with hearing. Hearing the truth, hearing correction, hearing wisdom, hearing what you've been avoiding. Faith comes by hearing. We've all heard that. Not by taking, not by posting, not by reacting, by hearing. If you're always talking, always fixing, always rushing, you will miss the voice that could change everything. You'll miss your wife trying to tell you she feels alone. You'll miss your son asking a question that reveals he's confused. You'll miss the financial leak in your own habits. You'll miss the Holy Spirit nudging you to pause before you react because you're addicted to movement. I like to use metaphors a lot, like this one, the tornado. The tornado isn't evil. It's just untrained energy. Most men live inside a tornado. Externally, it looks like hustle. Internally, it feels like massive pressure. And stillness is the leash. Calm is the collar. And when a man learns to sit still, he doesn't lose his edge. He gains control over it. That's strength under control. And that, my friend, is where your authority sits. Now let's talk money for a minute. Financial leadership does not start with spreadsheets. It starts with listening. Listening to the truth of where you are. Listening to the story you keep telling yourself. Listening to the tension in your house around money. If you can't sit still long enough to hear the real numbers, you'll keep reacting to symptoms instead of leading the system. Your clarity grows in silence, and clarity makes money behave. Let's talk about marriage. When a wife feels heard, she softens. Not because you fixed her problem, because you honored her. Pressure drops in the room. And when pressure drops, trust rises. You don't have to demand respect. Your calm presence earns it. But that calm doesn't come from pretending. It comes from doing the internal work. And here's the diagnosis. If silence feels uncomfortable, it's because you don't trust yourself yet. And if you don't trust yourself, you won't trust your decisions. You won't trust your money. You won't trust your leadership. And the man who doesn't trust himself lives defensive. Always explaining, always proving, always justifying. And that's exhausting. So what changed for me was simple. I stopped trying to fix everything immediately. And I started pausing. Submit to what's true. Struggle honestly with it. And then strike one move. One move. That's it. And over time, the tornado slowed down. I didn't kill it. I leashed it. Brother, if you're listening to this and something in your chest tightens when I talk about stillness, that's not condemnation. That's invitation. You don't need more hustle. You need alignment. You don't need to move faster. You need to move cleaner. You don't need to dominate your house. You need to govern yourself. If you're tired of reacting, if you're tired of rushing, if you're tired of feeling behind, even when you're working hard, it's time to get on the same page. The same page with yourself. The same page with God. The same page with your leadership at home. That's where calm begins. That's where trust is rebuilt. That's where money stops feeling chaotic. If sitting still feels like a waste of time, that's your impatience talking. And it's time you stop letting impatience lead your life. You can win the internal battle, and the external ones get a lot quieter. If something stuck out to you today, and you know what your next move is, get on the same page and make it.